So, good evening, everyone, and I welcome you to today's Wellness Wednesday seminar. My name is Dr. Fumi Aino, and I am here on the platform of the Green Mondays Limited. However, I'm not the one who's going to be presenting today. To present to us, to share some thoughts with us today is none other than Dr. Oladiran Onifade. He will introduce himself a bit more. He's a doctor, but going further, he'll say a little more about himself. So he's the one that's going to talk to us today about the topic, my health, my money, my business, lessons from John D Rockefeller. So over to you, Dr. Onifade. You're most welcome. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma. Good evening, everyone. Um, I'm glad to be here today. I hope you can all see me. We can all hear me. So, my name is Dr. Jiron Onifade, as Dr. Fumi I know has introduced. I'm a medical doctor of over 10 years experience, work with Lagos State, work with other private companies that are into health technology, and I'm currently running some of my business with Green Mondays, and I'm into a few other things too. But as we go along, I might delve into those things. So today, I want to share something very fascinating and amazing with some of my doctor colleagues, if they are in the house, and to all of the visitors we have too. Something that to me is eye opener. It's something we should all pay attention to, especially at these very challenging times. We are not just in Nigeria, but globally. We all might feel the problems we are facing here in Nigeria is peculiar to us. No, it is not. The whole world is actually going through a lot right now, and the earlier we look into things we have not been looking into before, the better it is for us, because solutions might just be very close to us. Instead of us looking so far and wide, we can look within and get what we should get. So tonight I'm going to start with sharing my slide. Dr. Fumi I know can help me with that. I titled today's presentation. Okay, the slide is coming up. Today's presentation, my health, my business, and the money. And why do I choose this particular topic? There are so many reasons why I decided to go with this particular topic today. One, I want it to be an eye-opener, not just to medical people in the house, but for everybody. Then two, we are in an era of a lot of brain drainage, where quite a lot of my colleagues, both senior and younger ones, are relocating en masse to the world. And something amazing is about to happen for people that are following the trend of things, not just in medicine alone, but in technology, using data and using the things we have abandoned in the past. So this is a good time to visit this topic and discuss my health, my business, and the money. Why my health? I'm a doctor, first of all, so the health is very, very important to me. My business, because I have this very soft spot for businesses, and I've seen that quite a lot of doctors find it so difficult to navigate between the world of the business and the world of the health. And they are really, really closer to each other more than we think. And if all these things can be balanced, we get to the stage of the money, because everything is money. Health is money, politics has become money, law is money. So if we are deceiving ourselves that as doctors we are not paying attention to where the money is, we are just deceiving ourselves. You need to follow where the money is, and when you follow the money, it leads you to either the truth that will set you free if you open your eyes, or you miss the road. So today is going to show us truth. I just don't talk. I make my researches before I say things. Like I said, I've practiced for almost 10 years. I will not come here and say things that I've not researched. I've done quite a lot of research on this topic today, and let's rock and roll. So let's get the first slide. Lessons from John D Rockefeller. So we all know who John D Rockefeller is, and if we don't, I'll just quickly say one or two things about John D Rockefeller. John D Rockefeller, lived in the 18 to early mid 1900s. So he's one of the very rich people in America. Hello, can you hear me? Can we hear me? Okay. So John D Rockefeller is, in fact, at a time, people said John D Rockefeller is richer than America as a whole. He owns so much money that he has the influence of America at hand at the time. People like him and JP Morgan and Carnegie, for those that have seen the movie, the men who made America, would have been able to know one or two things about John D Rockefeller. He's an oil person, an oil baron. He's into quite a lot of things. He a very astute businessman. It's not just that he wants to always take over anything he's doing. He wants to have a monopoly. He's a natural born monopolist. He wants to have the monopoly of anything he's doing. He wants to rule everything. And before he died at 1937, he has achieved so many things. Some people might say it is positive, some people might say it is negative. But for someone to me that has been able to amass wealth to this amount, when wealth comes to you, it's not by mistake. It's because you understand the business of things. It's because you understand where the money is going and you know the language. Being rich is never by luck. It is strategic planning. If you don't plan it strategically, you will not get there. So for me, I personally have respect for John D Rockefeller. In the politics of things, in the medical of things, in the oil of things, he was the owner of 90% of American oil as at the time. And all of us know ExxonMobil now. We all know quite a lot of all these Standard Oil and all. They are all because of what John D Rockefeller has done. Can I have the next slide, man? They're all because of what John D Rockefeller has done. So these are the three men I'm going to base this today's discussion on. And I want the medical people in the house to pay attention particularly to how this is very, very important to them. So the first person is John D Rockefeller, a younger John D Rockefeller. The next to him is Carnegie, and the other one wearing glasses like me, that's Abraham Flexner. These are not just businessmen. Flexner is a scholar, he's a German, a very intelligent person that has developed laws for quite a lot of countries to develop their educational boards. These are people I respect, despite the fact that I have my own issues for them, but I respect them. So this is going to run around these three men. So let's get the next slide. Next slide is going to show us what John D Rockefeller have been able to achieve. Can you see that is Exxon before it became ExxonMobil? Everything started from Standard Oil. It was a company in 1911 that splitted into all this. And from it, we have ExxonMobil, we have Chevron, we have BP, we have Marathon. These are very large companies that if you put all those well together, even up to now, they are still really, really very, very big. I remember part of my medical school was through Chevron. I got scholarship to go to medical school through Chevron those days. So I benefited from them too. So these are very great companies, but there's something they say in Yoruba that if you want to get to the origin of wealth, there's quite a lot of things inside it that we don't know, that is not really so obvious at the surface. So let's move on to the next slide. It all started from John D Rockefeller when oil was discovered. This is a short story. I want us to pay attention to this story. It all started when oil was discovered in America. Before then, they used to be in darkness, and also John D Rockefeller was one of these people then that owned all these things. So he saw that quite a lot of things can be done with oil, that is not just oil alone. The first discovered that they can do bakelite. Bakelite is the first plastic that was made. For those that do sciences, we know what bakelite is. Bakelite is Bakelite. So they discovered bakelite that, okay, this thing can be gotten from oil too. What else can we get from oil? Scientists are working tirelessly to see what are the things we can bring out from this golden thing that is a gift to this country. So at the same time, quite a lot of things is happening in the science world. In the science world, they discovered vitamins that, okay, vitamins can actually solve a lot of problems. That with vitamins, you can solve disease like rickets, you can have vitamin B1, B2, biotin, and vitamin C, and quite a lot of these vitamins. So interesting things are happening in the 1900s. Scientists are making good inventions that are going to change life forever, which actually did. They changed our life forever. So at the same time, that period is when botanical medicine was what everybody is practicing. As at that time, doctors in schools, what they know is botanical medicine. All this one that we are prescribing, amoxil, augmentin, all those things were not available at that particular point in time. Most people then they are chiropractor, they are doing homeopathy, they are doing herbal medicine and things like that. Those were the form of medicine that was being practiced in the 1900s. These things are available. You can always do your own research, DYOR, do your own research to see these things I'm saying. So those were what the medical schools were doing. There was no regulation, there was no law, there was nothing really binding these people practicing their medicine. So John D Rockefeller saw an opportunity. Like I said, if you want to be rich in this world, you have to first identify a problem that you are going to solve. Then when you solve this problem, there's no way you are not going to make money, and that is the same law everybody uses. The same law Uber is using in Nigeria. When he came to Nigeria, he saw the problem we have with taxi. He came with Uber, create a platform, connect people together. Problem, solution, problem, solution. That is the way wealth is being made in the world. There's no secrets to it. It's either you solve a problem to people and that's why you make money. So he saw this problem that this thing is not regulated. I have oil. What can I do with this oil? Scientists get to work. What can you guys find out? Guess what? They find something very, very amazing. They were able to discover that, okay, we can actually make chemicals apart from these petrols that we have. We can make chemicals from it, making a petrochemical. Not just the petrochemical, we can actually start to make these vitamins and some other drugs from this oil that we have. For those that knows organic chemistry, you can see that these structures are almost the same thing. By the time you do your CHO, nitrogen and all, combine all these things together, you can see that they are not so far fetched from them. It's just bonds and connection that connects all these things together. Both your chemical, the petrols, and some of these chemical formula for these drugs. So they're able to see that we can actually synthesize medication from these things. So what else can we do? This is an opportunity. I can become a kingpin of petrol, become a kingpin of chemicals, and become a kingpin of pharmacy. You want to own the drug world. But there's a problem. John D Rockefeller see that there's a problem for him to own the medical world. And what is this problem? As at that point in time, the natural medicine has gained so much ground that all the way from Europe, the America, and everywhere, even up to the Egypt here in Africa, they are all using natural medicine to do amazing things. That doesn't mean it is perfect. It is not perfect. It was poor research. They are still at a very crude age of the science of these things. So John D Rockefeller has the money. He needs a solution to be able to make these drugs available from the chemicals. So what did he do? He did a leverage. He leveraged with people that had more knowledge than him. He leveraged with people that have some other connection that he does not have. He seek the partnership with two amazing people. One of them is Carnegie. At that time, Carnegie was one of the richest people too. A steel lord, very, very rich guy. Then they said, hey, what can we do? They seek Abraham Flexner, who is a scholar. Remember, none of these people are medical people. None of them is a doctor. They just see an opportunity and they key into it. Let us go into the next slide. So they saw a problem. That's what this slide is showing, that they saw a problem. Petrochemicals were ideal from a business perspective because they can be patented. So what they're trying to do is that some of these products that are gotten naturally through these herbal products, through these botanicals that are not well researched by some people, they try to remake these things from the petrochemicals. They make them from petrochemicals and they now patent it. For example, let me say I find the active components from augmenting that, or let's say for malaria, maybe from Kingoshu alkaloid or something, I bring it out and now try to replicate it from petrochemical. And because it is easy to patent petrochemical products, you cannot easily patent natural products as at that time because it is widely available for people. They started patenting this thing and they are in for a lot of money. They are selling these things for quite a lot of money and they decide to own the world of pharmacy with it. They decide to own the world of medicine with it. This is a very, very great opportunity for them. So how did they solve this problem? How did John D Rockefeller and his colleagues play this problem that makes medicine to be what medicine is today, that make medicine to be what all of us as doctors have gone to school to study? Let's see the next slide. Next slide, ma. So natural and herbal medicine were very, very popular from America, like the way I said, and doctors in America were practicing what I just mentioned. So I've already talked about this slide. Let's see the next slide. So let's go to the next slide, ma. So as at that time too, he decided to acquire one of the very big pharmacy in Germany. This is the evolution of what we all know as the big pharma. People must have heard about the big pharma. This is IG Forbin, is a very big pharmaceutical company, and at that time he employed over 80,000 people working in this pharmacy. There are very, very few pharmacies that have this number of employees as at now. So look at that number of 80,000 as at then. This IG Forbin, for those that are conversant with World War II, we see that this IG Forbin play a very, very significant role in World War II. They are using people for experiments. They are using people to do a lot of things that quite a lot of them, when the laws were being passed after the World War II, they locked up the leaders, they jailed some of them were sentenced to death and all. So this is a story for another day. That is the role of IG Forbin, and it was a partnership with this big pharma and John D Rockefeller, Robert Carnegie, and Flexner himself. So this is just a small illustration to how IG Forbin come into the story. Let's get the next slide, ma. Let's get this next slide. So what they did is that they told Flexner that, okay, Flexner, you have to go into all the medical schools in America. We have to try to create a curriculum for them. All of them have to be practicing the same thing. Everybody must practice something that is uniform. We must have a regulation. We must have an AMA. An AMA is like an organization that regulates your school to be able to practice medicine. That's the advent of the medical school as we know it as of today. So what they did is that they have produced their own products from these chemicals. These are products that are gotten from these herbal products that have now patented, and they have research that they have done on this product. So there's an edge. Those that have this product from the herbal side of things don't have research done on it. They just know that when we mix this and this together, it's going to cure this, it's going to cure that. But they don't have a proof for it. They don't have a toxicity test on it. They don't have quite a lot of things that this rich dude can actually have. So they have their facts, and they said that we are going to regulate medical school through this way. And for people that have money, they budgeted over $100 million. $100 million as at then is quite a lot of money. They now start visiting from medical school to medical school, trying to say, okay, we are going to sponsor researches in this school. We are going to sponsor everything you are going to do in medicine in this school, but this is what you are going to do in return. This is the syllabus. This is the syllabus the school is going to follow. You are going to follow this syllabus, and anything that is not inculcated in this syllabus is not going to be part of medicine. You cannot come here and say this herbal thing is going to work. You cannot come here and say this procedure is going to work, except it has been fully agreed to by these AMA bodies. It must be under the guidance of these two. That is the origin of the medical syllabus that you and I have gone to medical school to study. Most of us don't ever challenge it. We just know that there's a curriculum we have to follow, and this is what created the origin of this. And don't forget, put this at one side. They have product that they have made that is circulating, that they are going to administer people. Now they have control of medical school that are going to train doctors to prescribe this patented drug. So it's just a problem solution thing. Create a problem, scare people, provide a solution. So the problem is that all the medical schools are closed. They started jailing doctors. A lot of doctors went to jail. Doctors that are practicing things that are against this thing, they jail some of them, they kill some of them, except you follow this syllabus. So almost more than 50% of medical schools in America closed as at that point in time. They could not practice medicine again. Those that were not closed now have to go and register afresh. And Flexner now did that all over the medical schools in America. Now they have a standard school. And if you look at these documents, that is the Flexner's report. It is a wide document in America. It is available. You can Google it. You can seek it if you have the opportunity to. You can go to different journals and look at it. The Flexner's report came out. And if you ask me, is this Flexner's report a bad thing? No. Personally, looking at the way medicine is standardized right now, I will not say it is a bad thing, because medicine is better for it right now. Medicine is doing a lot of things right now. The things we have been able to achieve through medicine wouldn't have happened if Flexners have not been able to amalgamate all this medicine together. But these people are astute businessmen. They came into this thing because of the money they want to make. They came this thing because they want to control pharmacy. And if you are going to be truthful to us as medical people right now, we will see that the money in medicine is in the drugs and probably the procedure. If a patient comes to you or a private hospital, you prescribe drugs and all that, the markup they do in probably pharmacies, in hospitals, the markup is where most of this money are coming from. And so the pharmaceutical industry is huge. It is very, very big. And for you to be able to gain control of that worldwide, you are in control of quite a lot of things. Let's have the next slide, man. Follow me closely in this journey as I tie everything together very soon. Let's have the next slide now. So let's look at the highlight of Flexner report. It gave back to a modern medicine as we know it. That is a very good thing, well appreciated. The report talked about the need for revamping and centralizing our medical institution. Based on this report, more than half of the medical colleges were closed. I've mentioned that before. Homeopathy and natural medicine were mocked and demonized, and doctors were jailed. I've mentioned that before. And all the natural healing modalities which existed for hundreds of years were unscientific and quackery. Unscientific and quackery not because they are not working, but because they don't have the technical know-how to prove the reason why they are working. And they don't have the technical know-how because they don't have the financial muscle to do the research that is basically done. John D Rockefeller has the money to do that. Andrew Carnegie have the money to do that. Flexner is the brain behind it, none of which are medical people, none of which are doctors, none of which are pharmacists. They are all astute businessmen. Don't forget, follow the money. Follow the money. That is where the power is. Number 6, the report called for standardization of medical education where only AMA is another monopoly of his own, would have been allowed to grant medical school licensure in the US. Number 7, based on the report, Congress act upon the Flexner's recommendation and changed laws related to medical practice. Incredibly, allopathic medicine became standard modality. So it's a double-edged sword. The botanical medicine murder it, move from that botanical medicine to the allopathic medicine, then hold the money, gain control of people. Let's move to the next slide. So what happened thereafter? The medicine of now was given birth to. Yeah, the slide is showing so this is the medical of now. And what is the medical of now group give birth to? Let's go to the next slide. The next slide now shows to people like me and you, doctors like the one we are seeing on the scene. Yeah, this is me. We all just go to school now to go and prescribe products. So now we have 100 years later, doctors just go to school now and know how to prescribe drugs, how to prescribe drugs that have been developed from this. They have forgotten everything about what the food can do to you. We have forgotten everything of what the natural thing can do to you because of what we have been taught. How many of us ask questions that why are our natural products not working in medical school? They have told us that it can cause kidney disease, it can cause liver disease. Did we ask the question that is there a way we can purify this thing for them not to cause all these things? Is there a way we can stand above this thing for our natural products to actually work? No, we did not. But thank God, COVID-19 has taught us a lot of story. People are waking up back to natural medicine from this COVID-19 and what it has done to us. Please, let's move to the next slide. So, like I said, I'm not here today to castigate John D Rockefeller and co. I'm not castigating them. Rather, what are the lessons we can learn from them? Doctors are not the one that make decision of what they are doing, and it is still obtainable up till now. There are some association of people that sit down somewhere, make decision for us, tell us that this are what we are going to do. These are the research that has been done. Most of the time, we just read the research and we follow it. And most of them sit down and make quite a lot of money from what these decisions they have made for us. From the things they have told us to do, they are making quite a lot of money from it. And instead of me to castigate them, I say, can we learn something from them? This is what we can learn. Colleagues in the house, friends in the house, people that have been invited for this program in the house. Let us learn from these people. Don't let us look at the bad side of what they have done. Let us look at the solution and the knowledge you can gain from them. Because really, did they change medicine? Yes, they did. But did they do the right thing? No. Do they want the money? Yes. This is the formula for wealth. And I tell people, W is equals to VKN. W is wealth. V is equals to value that you add. That's the value you are adding to people. Did Rockefeller make money by what they did? Yes. Did they add value? Yes, they add a lot of value. K is the coefficient of perception. The value you are adding to people. How does people perceive this value? Is this value important? Yes. They want to make medicine to work in a different way. They want things to go in a very organized way. They don't want a degree of entropy. They don't want degree of disorderliness. They want everybody to have the direction we are following. So this is very, very important, and everybody perceive it as being very, very important. Then N is the number of people that they are adding value to. So they are not just adding this value to people in maybe in one street in Ikeja or in Lagos, or they add it to everybody. They are adding this value to quite a lot of people. And he then now apply leverage because of the knowledge of Flexner and influence of Carnegie. This man is a genius. Can you and I be a genius by applying this formula, W equals to BKN? Yes, of course we can. It's not like someone that say, okay, I want to do a business and the people I want to target are the people on Olufeso Street in Lagos or the people of Toyin Street. This person is not going to make money because you are just targeting a lot of people. But if you have any business or any concept that we need to do that, we are going to target quite a lot of people. It's a big opportunity for us to make money. So let us keep this formula somewhere. W equals to BKN as one of the formula John D Rockefeller and colleagues have used to be able to achieve wealth. Let us get the next slide, man. Okay, so this I've already discussed about this in that the wealth is in one side, botanical medicine is in one side, orthodox medicine is in one side. Can we reverse this thing right now? Is it possible for us to reverse this thing? What John D Rockefeller did is that he moved up from botanical medicine back to the normal orthodox medicine. Is this thing reversible? Yes, it is reversible. And guess what? Either of the side of the story that you decide to stand, either the side of the John D Rockefeller or the side of going back to botanical medicine, or even balancing the two together by doing a due research and making sure that your conscience has been justified. You can make wealth in both ways if you understand those that understand and knows what they are doing. So what is the problem? What are people so scared of? Why did John D Rockefeller did what he did? What is actually the major problem apart from the fact that he wants to make money? Let's go to the next slide. And this is the problem that I'm going to show you. This is the problem. Let's go to the next slide, man. Next slide. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the problem. People are buying debt instead of health because these herbs and these botanical things are not regulated. That is why people can say, stop using this thing because it's going to kill you. Because they don't see the research that has been done on it. Because if it's going to cure you of, let's say it cures you of hypertension, it might give you diabetes. We don't know the direction these drugs are going. It is causing a lot of problems. So safety of this many herbal concoction is unclear. We don't know who is regulating them. Then the quality of these products are questionable. They look and they feel betrayed. The poor quality and the dosage and the expiring dates cannot be explained. That is a problem that John D Rockefeller has been able to key into. And the effectiveness of these products are myths. They will say it cures this, it cures that, but we are not sure what exactly it's doing. Is there a solution we can do to this thing for us to be able to own our lives and quickly live a good life to people that are using it? Yes, there's a solution. Let us go to the next slide. And here comes the solution. The solution in herbal supplement is that it can be made safe. In our country now, it can be NAFDAC approved. Outside the country, it can be FDA approved. There's a lot of other approval that can be done. We can make the quality to be up to ISO standard. We in the medical places have a big role to play in this. If we open our mind and we are not just being judgmental, if we are ready to let this thing flow through us, we can see that we can actually standardize this thing and make it acceptable. China is unapologetic for what they are doing with their own products. All of us now we go and say we want to prescribe some products here that actually in medicine right now that are really from China and their products alone. It is now find its way gradually to enter into medicine. And why? Because of the quality they are put into it. China is not regretting that at all. And they are getting old for it. They are living healthy life. They are getting more healthy for it. They are getting into their 100. And most of us are not. Because what we are taking is symptom treatment. I have a headache, take paracetamol. Is there any cure for hypertension? No. Is there any cure for cancer? No. Is there any cure for diabetes? No. We are all managing this thing and we are creating repeating customers that keep coming over time. And guess what? The big pharma keep making money all the time because they've been able to give us a syllabus that we are following. They've been able to create doctors that what they have learned is this same old thing, regimen day in, day out. Because we are not able to now reason along, they've given us something to reason with. Can we just open our mind and see what we are going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you a solution today. I bring you a solution through a company that is called Green Monday Nigeria Limited. And what have they done differently? Let us go to the next slide, man. This is what they have done differently. This is what this company have been able to do differently. They've been able to get a product that is not just NAFDAC approved, it has ISO certification, it has halal approval, it has NAFDAC approval, it has toxicity test that has been done on it, it has preclinical trial that has been done on it, it has clinical trial that have been done on it. Should we give this a chance? Is it possible for us to just look inward and give this an opportunity? I think we can. Because we have asked questions, we have seen solutions, and we are now ready to drive it. If we are ready to unlearn and learn, if we are able to open our mind to see beyond what we have just been taught in school, if we are able to ask the real questions that need to be answered, are this research going to be stopped? No. Research is something that is ongoing. We keep making research all the time. We will not just stop. Green Monday is not going to stop that this is the only research that they have done. They are going to do more research. And in doing this, you might not have enough money to create a big pharma. You might not have enough money to own a pharmaceutical company on your own. But guess what? This company at the same time have put in an opportunity that as you come in and become one of these companies, you can actually make money for yourself. Instead of these big pharma people sitting on this and taking the money alone and making decisions for us, we as health providers, we as distributors for this company, we can actually help people with their health, and at the same time, we can make something for ourselves and create our own little big pharma on our own without having the money and the influence that these people are yielding. Let us go to the next slide, man. I present to you the Green Mondays. This Green Monday, they operate a different system of how they want to make this product to get known. Apart from the fact that they've done their research in this way that they have done, they want to sell it into a way that most people don't understand, and which is the best way to put money into everybody's pocket. It is the best money for you to have a company like you have your own big pharma. It's a way to say I'm creating my own shop right. It's a way for me to participate in a $140 billion worth of company industry this year and build something that can last longer than me, that can outlive me, that can hand over to my family and my children when I'm no more, something that can give me reward for the hard work I've put into my medical profession. This is Green Monday in combination with A2W, which is the sister company that has 11 years in network marketing history. And they have been able to partner with a company called Marvel Natural Products and Vent to End to come up with this product and do all the research they have done. And they are calling on you and I that own a stake in this company, find out if what you are giving your people work or is not going to work, and at the same time become your own big pharma on your own. Be your own decision maker on your own. Follow the money and see how you can help yourself on it. Don't let decisions just be made for us while we sit down and we allow some people to be writing documents, we reading, and at the same time we are taking the money back to them. Guess what? We can do this everything at the same time. Cure people effectively, look at the research that's been done, create a company for ourselves, and create wealth that's going to outlive us using the formula W is equals to BKN. So what else do you want to know about this company? Let's go to the next slide. So this company have a bouquet of products that have a lot of management plan. They have a sickle cell management pack, they have a male health pack, they have a weight management pack, they have hypertension pack, diabetic pack, and quite a lot of pack. Senior citizens pack for people that are elderly. They have a solution pack that takes care of any ailment in the body. Nobody is telling you to come into this business and start hawking business. What we want to do is that create investment for everybody by being a member of this company. Make sure that everybody have a stake in this company. Come into this company, become a shareholder, either as a distributor or as an investor. And guess what? You can use the female wellness pack to solve problems. All of us know someone that have hypertension. We all know someone that have diabetes. We all know someone that has infertility. We all know someone that have sickle cell. And we can help people solve this problem using this solution pack. And what happens is that we can at the same time build wealth for ourselves. Wherever you are, Nigeria, US, UK, this company is present in 16 different countries, not just Nigeria alone. And this is the beauty of this whole thing. You want to relocate, you can do this business. You want to stay in Nigeria, you can do this business. Anywhere you are, you can actually continue to participate in this business. Let's go to the next slide. So you might not have the money to build a firm. I've mentioned this before, but you can be able to learn. So how do you make money from this company? How do you earn from this company? Let me show you how you can earn from this company. And how do you join the business? The first thing for you to do is you join this business by actually coming in as a member. Either you can come in as a VIP member with 750,000, which is a VIP membership. You can come in as a platinum member by 400,000. You can come in with gold as 140,000, silver with 75,000, and bronze with 40,000. Depending on whatever it is convenient for you, you are going to become a distributor. You become a part of the shareholder of this company, and you can be able to share with the VIP and the platinum. You share from 2% of the global profit. What does that mean? Sharing from the 2% of the global profit. That means whatever this company has made worldwide, all the places where they are active, you are going to share from the 2% of the profit that they make in that particular period. This is an amazing opportunity for all of us. We can all participate in this thing just by providing solution to people. Nobody is saying, come here and start selling products. No. Nobody is saying, come here and start hawking products up and down. What we are telling you is that provide solution to people's problem. Help people to solve their problem. Put smile in the face of people. You discover something that is amazing and is working for you. Why don't you tell people about it? Why keep it to yourself? In fact, some people that have used this product and they see how amazing it is and they are not telling people to them, I call that wickedness. It is not being fair. You have been able to discover something that have gone through rigorous screening, ISO certification, FDA approval, NAFDAC, and preclinical, clinical research, toxicity test done on it, and you don't want to tell people about it because you don't want to take herbal products. Why don't you want to? What are you scared of? What is the problem? I've analyzed all these things. We can see beyond that. You can grow beyond that. You can come in through any of these things and become a member. At the end of this presentation, anybody that have invited you into this seminar, get hold of this person. Tell the person you want to come in as a VIP. Tell the person you want to come in as the platinum. Tell the person you want to come in as a gold, and you become a member and provide solution to people. You are not a hawker of products. That is not who we are. We are solution providers. Let's go to the next slide. So how do I make money from this? This business actually pay you in 13 different ways. I want the next slide, ma. This thing can give you money in 13 different ways, either actively, passively. You can make money from the instant reward, from the personal bonus, from the personal matching bonus, from stockist reward, and 13 other different ways. This discussion today might not give me an opportunity to discuss each of those 13 different ways in one by one, but just know that these are the ways you can earn in this company. I will highlight some of them. Let us look at the slide before this, ma. The slide before this. This is one of the ways you can earn. This is the GMH potential. This company is saying that come into this business today, tell people about it, let them do the same thing, give them solution to their problem, and when your team keep building, either you are there, you are not there, you can earn 33 million every single month from the GMX of your company alone when your team build to level 12. This is not saying you are going to earn this money every month in your first year of this business. And this is not saying you cannot. This is not saying that you are going to bring in your 140,000 and you are going to turn to a billionaire 1 month. No. This is not that kind of business. This is not a business that say, I want to turn your money into, all this crazy internet business going around right now. This is not what we are doing. This is going to make you a distributorship of an amazing product. And guess what? You don't have to be selling it. People get to know it from you, under you, and they come through your team and you build your team. The more your team build, the more you can earn this income. And this is just one of the income. Let us go to the next slide. This is just one of the income. The more your team grows, the more you can earn. I will show that as we are going. This is another way you can earn. If you bring in your sponsorship bonus, your bronze sponsor, you get 5,000, silver, you get 10,000, gold, you get 21, platinum, you get 60, VIP, you get 100. All is using the power of leverage. Because just like John D Rockefeller did, he did not do it himself. He worked with people using leverage. He worked with Flexner. He worked with John D Carnegie.
And guess what? These people have been able to leverage on the power of each other. This is me today. I have a team in the UK. I have a team in the US. I have a team in the Canada. I might be sleeping in my room. Something is happening in my team. I don't know whatever they have done. I'm going to earn from what they have done. From wherever I sit down in the corner of my room. I'm doing a Zoom presentation. I will log into my accounts now. I must have earned something. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a business that you are always there all the time, you must focus on that business all the time. You are not using leverage. Because guess what? What happens if you cannot work for like 1 or 2 months? What happens if you are sick? Someone is going to just keep embezzling your money. But this is a leverage system where you don't have to be there all the time. And guess what? You are earning wherever you are. And that is not the only way you are going to earn. Let us go to the matrix reward. Next slide. Matrix reward, this company has another mode of payment called the matrix reward. If you move from level 1, you get 10,000, it starts small. Level 2, 15,000, it starts small. Up to level 6 that you have 6 million. And from that 6 million, you keep coming back and earning and earning and earning again. This is possible. It might not happen immediately, but over time, this is not saying quit your job you are doing. Keep your medical profession. No, don't quit anything. Do it together, but learn how to go pro when you are doing this. Passively, and by the time you see that it's making sense for you, maybe your first month, you earn 10,000. Before you see it, you earn 80,000. Before you know it, you earn 1 million. You earn 6 million. When it gets to a convenient level for you, you on your own will decide, I want to leave my work and face this in alone. Or it is time for me to resign when I'm earning leverage income of, let's say, maybe 100 million every single month. It is possible. Some people are getting there. Some people have 4 stars in this company already. People are building. And guess what? It can happen to you over time. Another way you can earn from this company is what you call the power of 4. Let us go to the next slide. And this is an amazing table that I want you to really look at. This amazing table says that when you come in at level 1, you might say that my own business, I want to drive it every 3 months by my 4 getting my 4. We call this power of 4 because all you are expected to do in this company is get 4 serious people that are going to provide the same solution that you are providing to people. You get people that you are helping with this product, get the same 4 people that can do the same thing, and everybody becomes solution provider. And those 4 people too will do the same thing. Guess what? We do this thing all this time. I'm using iPhone right now because someone told me the iPhone is good. I stopped using the phone I'm using. Did Apple pay him? No, Apple did not give him any. Now I use iPhone. Now my wife use iPhone. Now everybody in my house use iPhone. And Apple did not pay these people anything. This company say, get 4 people. Your first month when you get these 4 people, you get this reward. Go to number 2. Those your 4 get 4. You get that. Number 3, those 4 get 4. And it progresses, and what you can make when you do that is 13 billion. This is 13 billion using leverage. And I tell people that you might not be able to do this 100% because what happens? Let us be factual. Not all the 4 that we do 4. Some 4 will not tell people about this product. Some people might decide to be selfish and be using it themselves. So not everybody will do what you are doing. But if all you can do is 10% of this value you are seeing on this table in 3 years, no matter where you are staying, are you in UK, are you in US, if you can do 10% of this in 3 years, and this is not the only thing you are doing, you are still doing your, would you have said that the person that invited you to this seminar today have done you bad? Look into yourself. Would you have said that this presentation you are in today is not worth attending? Would you have said that it is not worth telling people the advantage of what these products are doing? These are the things that is possible with this powerful company called Green Monday. The next slide shows you beautiful cars, shows you holidays, shows you beautiful things, shows you cash reward, shows you a lot of amazing things that you can achieve with this company. These are not dreams. These are things that are reality. A lot of us have stopped dreaming because we think we cannot achieve our dream again. I'm 40 now, I'm 50 now, I'll soon be 60. We have people that are 65 in this company. We have people that are retired. We have people that are medical people performing greatly in their profession. We have lawyers. We have journalists. We have astute businessmen. We have decision makers. We have pilots. We have people of caliber in this company. Why are you not with this company? Are you too big? Do you have too much money? Don't you need money? You don't want to tell people about this product? It's wickedness if you don't want to do that. There are so many reasons why you need to come into this company. And guess what? It doesn't just stop there. Let's go to the next slide. You give yourself, can I build a career with this company? You have been working with the company you are working with maybe for 20 years. For civil servants, they work for like 20, 30 years, they retire. At the end of the day, they are fighting for pension. Build a career with this company. Give yourself, let's say you want to do a 1 to 10 years career path with this company. Let me show you what the career path is going to be like. Your first 3 months with this company, what do you get? When you are a one-star manager, it starts slowly, nothing significant is happening. You are just going to be rewarded. The company just say, thank you for being a one-star manager. They gave you these 20 bottles of the Reader About Bitters. That's the antioxidant liquid, as I like to call it. I call it antioxidant liquid, a very powerful one. Let's go to the next slide. So this is your first 3 months. Let's look at your next career path. Your next career path takes you 3 months to 2 years. In 2 years with this company, you can become a 4-star manager. As 4-star manager, the reward is still small. In 2 years, it's not so big. Remember, it's a leverage system. This is not a 419. You don't earn where you have not worked. You are going to get reward because you have built a team, because your team is working. There is no free money in Freetown. You are doing something, that's what you are being paid for. That is the reward you are getting, but you are not doing it alone. You are doing it with a team of people. So, 4-star manager, you are able to get this. Let us look at what your next journey career path is going to be. 2 to 4 years. In 2 to 4 years, you become a 5 manager. You get an all-expense paid trip to Dubai for 2 people, you and your wife, or you and your kid, anybody you want to go to. You Ruby director, a reward car of 5 million for car if you want to get the car as a Ruby director. As an Emirate director, you get property worth 20 million. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time you are an Emirate director, you don't even need this house from this company. You can build houses for people. You are not going to be having discussion of money with people anymore. You are going to be helping people that, how do I become a philanthropist? How do I sow into the life of my village? How do I send almost like 200 people in my school to university? That is what you are going to be talking about. This house that they are giving you, you probably might even dash it out, because at this point in time, the money is not a problem anymore. Let's see what the career path moves you to in the next 4 to 10 years. As a Black Diamond director, this is what you are. When you are a Black Diamond director with this company, I don't know what to say again. Look at it yourself. Property in US, educational trust fund, salary for life. It's quite a lot. And at this point in time, the money you are earning from your team, from the package, it's unbelievable. In 10 years, some people, I've worked with my employer for 10 years. I've worked for more than 10 years. I'm probably going to be like 12 years in place and working. I know people that have worked for like 20, 30 years. They resign, they still come back to come and fight that they should give them another opportunity to be working part-time after they have resigned, after they have white years. Why can't you build something like this at this point in time? When you are still young and vibrant, when you can still do so many things, when you can still think, when you can still build things, when you can still travel, when you can still motivate your team, when you can still learn leadership skills. Why? This is an opportunity for us to do this thing. There are quite a lot of things that I've not mentioned because I want people to give testimony, and I always want my training to not be more than 1 hour. This is 52 minutes gone already. So I'm going to stop here today, although I'm going to take a few testimony about the product and about the business. If you have questions you want to ask me, you can always reach out to me on the chat box. You can always reach out to the person that invited you to today's presentation and tell me. I will tell you this for free. Your life is not going to be the same when you come into this company. If you think you don't know how to do business, if you think you don't have leadership skills, the training you are going to get in this company is probably going to be at par with what you get in business schools across the world. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to have told you about this today. Let us take this into cognizance. Our life will not be the same again. Thank you so much. I take few testimony right now. Dr. Fumi, I know, can you coordinate the testimony if anybody have testimony for us? Thank you so much. I take questions from now.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Onifade. That was amazing. I'm seeing some hands up already. Okay, Ayokweju Falekulo, please. I think maybe you can unmute. And if we have any other person that would like to share, please unmute and go on.
Thank you so much, Dr. Onifade. That was really, really interesting, very motivating, and actually it was an educational time with you today. Thank you so much. I would like to share about my experience with using Reader Bitters specifically. I started taking Reader Bitters because I have some conditions, diabetes, and high blood pressure. I would like to say to a lot of us that sometimes we go to the hospital, we go to our doctors, and they tell us, you have this, you have that. And we are so concerned about those things. What my own personal experience is this. As I continued taking Rida, I continued monitoring my sugar level and my blood pressure. And really, there wasn't that much difference in those two areas of my body. But amazingly, all my knees, that every time I'm climbing up the stairs, they're cracking. I can hear each time I lift my leg on one stair, moving to the other one, I'll hear the it all stopped. Then my hands that used to ache, I could not turn my hands backwards to do anything. That stopped. My hands, my shoulders, everything is working correctly. And then one thing that I didn't even take cognizance of, but knew that I had a problem with my mouth. I had a growth in my mouth, and that growth stopped. It did not only stop, it disappeared. And what I realized was that there are things in our bodies that are going wrong that we're not taking cognizance of. Rida helped me get rid of all those things. People ask me, where do you get the energy to do what you do? And they don't even know half of what I do. They only know a little bit. And even that little bit, they're like, how can you do what you are doing? The answer is Rida. I tell them it's Rida. And I've seen it with people that I have sold Rida to. They come back and say, the energy level that I have now, thank you so much, ma. So I know that this product is powerful and it will do incredible things in our lives, just as Dr. Onifade said. So we need to listen up and join the company. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Onifade, are you still there?
Yes, I am here, ma.
Okay, there's a question in the chat box. Gbemisola Jejeloye is saying, thank you so much, doctor. Can you read it? Have you read it? I have a question. He said, I've been diagnosed of hyperthyroidism in which the level of TSH, T3, T4 are all high. How can Rida help out with this?
Okay, yeah, I can see the question now. TSH, T3, T4, all high, yes. So, hyperthyroidism, according to the antioxidant way of viewing it, there are different ways of looking at it. When your thyroid function test is high, of course, with you now, all those parameters are high. So it's obviously it's hyperthyroidism. So we want to, I don't know the doctor you're seeing, I don't know the team you are seeing, but I expect you to be seeing an endocrinologist. Endocrinologist should be seeing you right now. But from our own side with these products, we always know that the basic things that make all these things to malfunction is from the antioxidant free radical part of the whole thing. When the free radicals are not being mopped up properly, it can make you to start having hormones to work excessively the way they are not supposed to work. So with this Rida products, we have had people, we have a lot of testimony on this particular thyroid issue. People that have used it and the hyperactivity reduced, people that have used it that the swelling reduced and all that. So I'm going to implore you to try to get the product. There are two products I'm going to recommend for you right now. Get the solution pack that has the antioxidant liquid and the cleanser. And I think you should get, if you are a male or you are a female, that's going to be the female wellness pack if you are a female. It has the antioxidant liquid and it has the cleanser. Be on it for like 3 months. I'm sure it's going to help you. We have so many testimony when it comes to this particular thing, and the way it works is simple. It's from the free radical mopping effect of the antioxidant liquid. and he has done so much. So I'm not saying, I don't know the medications you are right now. I'm not saying you stop those medications. I don't advocate that when you are starting initially, because we have find that this, our antioxidant liquid, help potentiate the effect of some of these drugs you are using. Even at a point where they are not working at the time, when you start using the antioxidant liquid, it makes it to work effectively. So try the female wellness pack. It's going to really be very, very effective for what you're saying. And let us know the feedback when you do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Ebele Alaka's hand is up. Please, Ebele, go for it.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I have testimony that I have so many testimonies, but I'm going to share two this evening. Okay, I am going to share something that has affected my business and also somebody's health. Now, I want you to know that the opportunities that this business opens are so many that not just only about the reader products, but other business opportunities. Right now, I have the opportunity to set up a trade center as a specialist for the company. And one of the services that we provide is the NIN registration. And with that, I've had a large number of people coming into the center. And the testimonies I'm going to share are centered around activities in the center. Now, I give out samples of the products to people that come into the center. And there was this man that came, and when he was trying to fill the form, his hands were shaking, vibrating so badly, he could not stand. He had this vibration, his hands were unsteady. And when I gave him the bitters and I told him, go home, take these drugs, make sure you take them morning and night for the next couple of days and come back and let us talk. And when he came back a week later to pick up his sleep, he had no more shaking at all. He was steady and he was excited and he was blessing me and praying for me. And he said, I know how the changes that I can feel in my system, and I'm coming back. I don't have much money, but I'm coming back to buy this product. I want to take this product to the fullest. He was here a couple of days ago and he was testifying. I had told him, please go to the hospital and let the doctor say exactly what is wrong with you. But you can see that he was much better. All the shaking had gone, all the trembling. You know, he couldn't barely write. His hands were shaking with the biro. But when he came back, it was different. He was standing stable and his face was lit up and he was very happy. So I want to testify the efficacy of the product, but also for the business. One of the people also I gave the product to go and take, when he came back to pick up his sleep, he said, I have never taken this kind of product before. I feel alive. I feel vibrant. And I want to be able to share it with other people. And I want to tell you that before he left that day, he signed up immediately. He took products, he took flyers, he took samples, he bought all kinds of products and the samples so that he's going back to Chicago and he wants to go and share the joy. He said, I'm going to give everybody, I'm going to tell everybody how this product made me feel. And he started the business. I want you to say that what I'm sharing is that because of what he did, I know how much I've earned in my back office. Because of the people that are experiencing this product through me, I know how far my business is going. I know the turnaround I do now as a trade partner because I'm in the business. I'm a career person and I've retired and now I'm doing this business and I know the difference between what I earned as a career person and what I'm earning doing this business. So I'm telling you that this business is for real. I'm standing here, I'm saying, you can join this business. I'm saying that I have seen progress in my life and I know that if you join this business and you work it, even 10%, you will see progress in your own life too. So that's what I want to testify this evening. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ebele. Okay, there's Ifyok Ofyong, and then Naomi Olugbeson. I think that's how much we have time for. So briefly, the two, Ifyok, please unmute so that, yeah.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please go ahead. Hello. Hello? Please go ahead. Have we lost him? Okay, while we wait for him to come back on, Naomi Olugbeson, please share, unmute.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I just have one.
You need to unmute, Naomi.
Okay, I thought I did that. Good
Okay.
evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, I have one major thing that I want to have advice. I need an advice, and then for all the products I've sold, I have generally have so many testimony, especially from high blood pressure and high blood pressure mostly, and pains all over the body. So it has been a marvelous journey with people that have been using this with me. And there is this one challenge I have with this person. She had as ulcer, and it's so chronic that she can only eat yam and vegetable and rice. She cannot take pepper at all. She can't take pepper. And when she's writing, her hand will be shaking, and you can scarcely read what she's writing. I mean, sometimes when she holds spoon to eat, she will be shaking so much that you don't want to look at her. So I've tried, she have seen reader products with me, but she's afraid to take it. And then I myself, I've been careful to tell her to take it, because she always have some challenges. Sometimes she will be in pain, and every day she takes gestite. Every day she takes a lot. So I don't know how I can approach her. I mean, how I can tell her to use the products that it would not affect her. She wants to try, but she's afraid.
Okay, thank you. Well, first of all, I believe she has seen her doctor and she's under medical care. If she's not, she needs to do that. But on the side of Rida, she can take Rida at a small dose, diluted in water. That instead of taking 10 to 20 mils, she'll take 5 mils, start with 5 mils diluted in half a glass of water. She can also take the capsules. So that's what she would do. Whichever of the packs she's taking, but that's how she would take the bitters. Not neat and not at the regular dose. I hope that answers your question. Okay.
Thank you. She has been seen a doctor and she's on medication.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Ifyok, please, can you unmute? That will be the last question, the last testimonial.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, all right. Thank you. Sorry, network issues here in Uyo because it's raining. So that's why we couldn't. I went off earlier on. Okay. Now, I want to say Rida has been marvelous over here. I have a few people who have been using it, especially the fat burner and then the bitters. And so I gave a couple of people the cleanser. And so I've seen the changes beginning from even my wife. I started off with the fat burner, and I'm glad to say that she and a couple of our friends have seen the changes. Now, the question I wanted to ask is, for my son is going to be 13, and he has a bit of, I think his tonsillitis, a bit of growth. So as I looked at the packs and I was thinking what I could use for him, whether I could be cleanser, so that I would sort out that growth instead of having to do an operation. So that's what that's the question I want to ask. Hello.
Dr. Onifade, do you want to go for that question or do you want me to answer it? Dr. Onifade? Okay, let me answer. For now, your child is 13.
Yes.
The manufacturer there's a recommended dose of the liquid bitters for children. But the cleanser for now, the children under 15 years are not, it's not recommended that they use the cleanser. However, depending on your son's weight and stature, he might be able to use it alternately. But basically, it's the bitters that he can use for now.
Okay. So what dosage for the bitters?
For his age, it will be like 5 mils twice a day.
Okay.
Yes,
that's
morning and night. Yes.
Morning and night, 5 meals.
Yes. If you refer to the leaflet in the package, it shows the children's dose there. But
yes, I did. I did. When initially I got my pack, that was early last year. I made sure everybody in the family partook of the bitters, and then of course from there on. But when I noticed that, I said, okay, I'll use the opportunity to ask that direct question, because I'd gone to the teaching hospital and they were recommending that I was to do a surgery, but I wasn't satisfied. I said, okay, that bitters, pending when we do the surgery, that I'm sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I can get you clearly, I shouldn't use the cleanser for now.
For now, no, because he's under 15. Yes, he's under.
Okay, because his weight is 37 kg.
Yes, for now.
Okay.
For now.
Okay, so I'll start with the bitters for him probably from tomorrow.
Yes.
And then I'll on the Telegram channel I'll probably keep everyone updated.
Yes.
Because I've been effective. Then the last question, if you don't mind, is a friend of mine who's dealing with prostate. So I've recommended the prostate, the male wellness pack and the prostate for him, and a couple of other people. So I think I'd like to ask whether because I noticed there's a male wellness pack, whether that's the pack that should go for prostate.
The male wellness pack or the immunity pack, is it what kind? Is it prostate cancer or is it just enlarged?
Just enlarged.
Yeah, of course.
Not the cancer.
Of course, along with seeing his doctor, he can use the male wellness pack.
Okay. Excellent job. You got.
Had a couple thugs to beat the crap out of his house.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're gradually coming to the end of this presentation today. Thank you so much to everybody that has been here. If you're here and you've heard something that you'd like to partake of, in fact, we invite you to reach out to the person who invited you and they'll tell you a lot more. If you have any other questions that you didn't ask here or that were not answered, please reach out to the person who invited you. So I want to thank everyone for coming. Every Wednesday, we have what we call Wellness Wednesday. We deal with some health topics as well as talk about our business. So thank you all very much. Have a wonderful evening. And thank you to everybody, all our guests who were invited and came. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
God bless.
Thank you for the meeting.
So let me stop it.